Hold up, don't skip this. Because if you really understand this, you'll never move the same way again. Ever wonder how people get you to do stuff without forcing you? No yelling, no threats, no obvious pressure. And somehow, you still end up saying yes. That's not random. The smartest manipulators don't control you directly. They control the situation. They frame the options. They shape the context. They guide the conversation. And by the time you decide, you think it was your idea. That's the real danger. The most powerful control isn't the kind you fight. It's the kind you agree with. Ever made a decision that felt totally your choice, but later you were like, why did I even do that? That's not weakness. That's psychological positioning, and most people never see it coming. Because the game is quiet. No drama, no obvious moves, just subtle influence, layer by layer. So the real question is, if people can guide your decisions without you noticing, how are they actually doing it? Most people don't get manipulated through logic. They get manipulated through emotion. Because logic needs proof, but emotion reacts instantly, and smart people know that. They don't argue with you. They don't try to overpower you. They make you feel something. Guilt, validation, rejection, approval. That's the real toolkit. Someone ignores you just enough, so you start chasing their attention. Someone praises you, and suddenly you want to keep that approval. That approval becomes leverage. And once emotions are involved, your decisions aren't fully neutral anymore. They're influenced. You think you're being rational, but your feelings are steering the wheel. And whoever controls the emotions controls the direction. Now ask yourself this: how many of your choices were truly independent? And how many were shaped, without you realizing it? Social pressure. Most people don't realize how much they're influenced just by being around others. You see people agreeing, and suddenly you feel like you should agree too. You see a group laughing, and you start adjusting your opinion, not because you changed your mind, but because you don't want to feel outside the circle. That's human nature. But manipulators use that against you. They don't need to convince you individually. They just need to create momentum. Once something feels popular, your brain assumes it's correct, even if it's not. And the crazy part, you think you're thinking independently, but you're actually syncing with the room. That's not weakness. That's psychology. And people who understand this know how to control the environment around you. So the real question becomes, are you choosing freely, or are you following the invisible crowd? Now let's go deeper. The strongest manipulation doesn't attack your actions. It attacks your identity. When someone makes you feel like this is just who you are, it becomes hard to fight back. Because people will defend their identity more than their opinions. If they label you as the nice one, you'll keep saying yes. If they label you as the strong one, you won't show weakness. If they label you as the problem, you start acting defensive. That's control through identity framing. And once you accept a role, you start playing it automatically. No one has to push you anymore. You push yourself. That's the silent trap. And most people live inside roles they never consciously chose. So ask yourself, is this really you? Or a label you absorbed? Once you see the game, it loses power. Awareness changes everything. When you start noticing emotional triggers, social pressure, identity framing, you stop reacting automatically. And that's where your control comes back. Not by fighting everyone, not by becoming paranoid, but by slowing down, questioning influence, and making decisions consciously. Because manipulation only works in the dark. when you turn the light on. It becomes visible, and once it's visible, you're no longer easy to steer. That's the real shift. Not becoming cold, not becoming aggressive, just becoming aware. Because awareness is power, and power starts with seeing what others don't. Now you know the mechanics. The rest is your move.